How's it going, everyone? It's Gavin from Balls 2. This is probably the third take, but we're going to smash it this time. So I'm here at the world famous Lsr facility. I'm absolutely honoured to be here, and as you can see, I've got the main man next to me, Earl Jones. Earl, thanks for having us, brother.
It's great having you here, man.
What we're going to do today, we're going to look at some of Earl's amazing animals. We're going to look at nothing too top secret, but we're going to share with you some very unique animals, and one of them being the Lsr Fire. Now, I've seen this animal in person, and trust me, this is something fantastic. So I want to share with you guys the Lsr Fire project, and we're going to talk about some other different bits and pieces as well. We're also going to be doing probably something with the venomous, but that will be in a separate video. So for now, guys, sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink, and let's get into today's special Texas edition Balls to You video. For those who don't know, and hopefully everyone does know, Earl has his own line of fire, and this is the single gene Lsr Fire, or the Lsr Fire. So I'm going to let Earl take over and tell us a little bit, very quickly, how he came across his line of fire.
Alright guys, so in 2009 we had imported a bunch of animals, and we had an animal that come in that looked really bright, and we actually thought it was a vanilla, and so we kept this animal. We bred it the following year, and we bred it to a normal, a pastel, and a fire. And I didn't have any vanilla in my collection at the time, so getting the vanilla creams right off the bat was going to be cool for us. So they hatched in that order. We got the vanillas first from the normal, and then we hit the vanilla pastels, and they didn't look right. And I made a few phone calls and said, you know, hey, this doesn't look right, and everybody's like, no, it's vanilla. And so we ended up keeping those two. Well, then we hit on the fire stuff, and I made 4 solid white snakes. So that's when we realized it was fire and not vanilla. And so we continued to work with this, and every year, you know, these snakes just get brighter and brighter and brighter. And so that's where the Lsr Fire originated. Well, we didn't actually announce it. We didn't talk about it. We just kept it in our collection and breeding it, and we started noticing that everything we were producing looked a lot like Desert Ghost.
Yeah.
And so that's when I went to the World of Ball Pythons and put it on the World of Ball Pythons. That was somewhere around 2013, I believe.
Yeah.
And we've just been making some incredible animals ever since.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to show with this animal is, you know, the brightness is one thing, but you always get this arrowhead on the top of the head.
Yeah. That's something I noticed as well.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful arrowhead. Alright, now I want to show an adult to this so you can kind of see how they get brighter as they grow.
Yeah.
Because this animal is incredible as it is. And unfortunately, I don't have any other fires in here to do a comparison with, but we will do some comparisons with Desert Ghost here shortly.
Yeah. So I think when they start to see what I saw, which was the Firefly version, you guys will certainly see what this line of fire actually does and why it's such a fantastic line of fire. And you guys know I talk about buying the right ingredients. It's important to make sure that, you know, if you're going to start in a project, you know, you don't just go for any fire. You've got to go for a gene that's going to make your animals pop, your combos pop. That's what's important. You know, start with fantastic ingredients and make a fantastic combo, which is just going to set everyone else's other combos just, yeah, leave it in the dirt.
That's in any project you're working with. You always go for the best example of that animal.
Yep.
When you're going to, price doesn't need to be a factor all
Yep.
the time. You need to go after the best possible ingredients you can. You know, that's the only way you're going to make the most beautiful animals out there.
Oh yeah. So let's have a look at a single gene adult Lsr Fire, just so you guys can see how it ages. Okay, this is an adult breeder male. Now, I've hatched and grown fires up, and I can certainly tell you this has a different look, not only the pattern, but also the colour. It's a very creamy colour, almost, you know, when we talk about vanilla creams, it's kind of that sort of coloration from what I've seen. I've produced vanilla creams, I've produced fires, I've produced vanillas. So for me, when I'm looking at this, I'm talking with experience, and I can actually see a difference. The pattern is different. We've got lots of light colours, which, you know, you will get on certain fires. But again, if we just have a quick look at this dude's head stamp. Oh no, mate, it's okay. Come on.
He's a little shy.
So his head stamp, it's certainly there. You can see it. Again, we've got that arrow-shaped head. Obviously, it's lightened up, but it's definitely there. That's something that I've not really seen on many fires. They do have a head stamp, but yeah, this dude is, you know, this line of fire is completely.
It's just an amazing animal.
Yeah, it's just really different overall. You know, you can see it's just the coloration, and yeah, it's just fantastic. So the next animal I'm going to show you is just adding pastel. Now, when I saw this Firefly, because obviously it's the Lsr Fire Pastel combo, when I saw this Firefly, I was convinced there was Desert Ghost in it, but there isn't. So, and again, I've hatched Fireflies which look fantastic, but nothing like this. So let's get into the Lsr Fire Pastel combo, which is obviously the Lsr Firefly. Let's have a look. So as you can see with this animal, it's very clean, and we know fire really does clean up pastel, but this animal, for me, like I said, I've hatched them before, you know, I've produced them myself. Talking from experience, I can definitely see a real difference in this animal on how it looks, how it's acting, the head. It's very bright, very clean. Again, we've got some nice clean saddles coming up, the alien heads, loads of blushing. I mean, the blushing on the Lsr Fire is just, yeah, it's very exceptional. So for me, the fire gene in this, which, you know, you can certainly see the quality and what it's doing to the pastel. Pastel is obviously one of those genes where it needs a little bit of help, and the Lsr Fire is definitely making a massive difference. Earl, do you want to tell us a little bit, when you hatched this, what was your, you know, when you first saw the Lsr Firefly?
Well, so with the you're talking about the pastel needing a little help with the fire. The pastel accentuates the fire as well, because a lot like Desert Ghost, you kind of need pastel in it.
Yep.
And with the Lsr Fire working a lot like the Desert Ghost, I mean, we're basically working the Lsr Fire as a Kodam Desert Ghost.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
So that being said, we want to get pastel in, because it helps both genes, you know, to really
pop.
Pop.
Yeah.
So, but the blushing alone on this animal is just incredible.
Yeah.
I love what pastel does with our Lsr Fire.
Yeah.
And we're just going to keep going and going and going with this.
And there's no mistaking that that is a Firefly.
Oh, no.
There's no mistaking that early. You can't pick that up and go, is it pastel or is it pastel fire? You know, there's no mistaking.
No, they're incredibly bright. I mean, you know what you've got when you make one of these.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so now we're going to look at another combo, or
we're going to add one gene to this.
We're going to add one gene?
One gene to this.
We'll add one more gene to this, and we'll look at some more Lsr Fire combos. This next combo, as you saw with the Lsr Firefly, we're just going to add one more gene. And this animal for me is starting to step up and seeing exactly why the Lsr Fire is such a you know, if you're going to work with fire, this is the gene you guys need to be working with. Let's have a look at this combo. This animal is the Lsr Firefly spot nose. So in other words, it's spot nose pastel Lsr Fire. Guys, look at this animal. When Earl just pulled this animal out, I was like, holy crap. This for me is, again, the spot nose will help clean pastel, will make it brighter, but the Lsr Fire is just boom, it's just on it. I mean, this animal is incredibly clean, bright, and again, I've seen desert ghosts that are less cleaner and less brighter than this. And again, because you want to work with quality over quantity, and again, the head of the spot nose is really helping accentuate the pastel and the fire. But this guy is absolutely awesome, truly amazing. And again, if you were to hatch this straight out of the egg, you'd know exactly what you've got on. Again, tell us a little bit about when you hatched this little guy or girl.
So we knew that spot nose would help clean up the blacks.
Yep.
You know, and with the Lsr Fire, you know, it's really, you've seen on the pastel, it's got some really rich blacks and it's got some really rich yellows.
Yeah.
The spot nose we knew would distort the pattern some, break it up, and it cleaned up, you know, the blacks. It kind of made them finer lines.
Yeah.
But that's what we were going after.
Yeah.
But when this animal hatched out, my mouth dropped. I was not expecting everything we got.
Yeah. And again, it's not going crazy with the genes, like let's make a 4 or 5 gene combo. We're working on quality. We're working with quality genes, stacking the quality genes, almost starting from the beginning.
Yes.
Because let's face it, you know, fire, pastel, spot nose, pretty easy to come across.
Yes.
This combo is pretty easy to come across at the shows, but to actually see a quality animal, that's where you've got to start, like I said, from the beginning, and work your way to where you want to be. Because trust me, when you start with something like this, the finished product, if there's ever a finished product, is just going to be mind-blowing. So starting with genes and making combos as you go, very similar to what I did with the Black Phantom stuff. I had Ralph Davis's line of Phantom, which was fantastic, but the Black Phantom for me was just that step up. So again, I started right back at the beginning and worked that Black Phantom into my projects, and this is exactly why Earl's working with the Lsr Fire over anything else, because he knows the quality and where he wants to go with the project.
Alright, so on this animal here, let's take one more look at this animal before we put this one up. We're going to stack one more gene on this, and this next animal is absolutely incredible. We're adding one more gene to that beautiful Lsr Fire spot nose, or Lsr Firefly spot nose that you saw. Alright, so this animal here, we're going to add Pinstripe to it. And when this animal hatched out, my mouth was on the floor. I had no idea what to even say. So take a look at this little guy.
Earl, I'm just blown away by this animal. So absolutely blown away.
Spot nose helped. I mean, I've produced the Lsr Firefly pins before. When you do that, they have a real wide stripe in all the black. Adding spot nose to it tightened everything up where it looks like you drew it on with a pin.
Yeah.
This animal is incredible.
Yeah. And again, there's no recessive in this.
None.
And if people really wanted to step their game up with this, obviously they could put, you know, Desert Ghost on top of that. But for me, again, I've seen animals, Desert Ghost combos, which aren't even as clean or as bright as that. So, you know, this is just simple, you know, stacking codoms, you know, without a recessive, to make the animals quality before we even get into the recessive side of things.
Well, so, you know, we're always told it has to have recessives in it to do anything, and this has proven that you don't necessarily have to have all the recessives. This is a great start to put into your recessives.
Yeah.
You know, this into clown.
Yeah.
You know, this into pied. I mean, it's limitless what you can do with these animals. But this is a fairly simple combo still, and look at how gorgeous it is.
Yeah. absolutely awesome.
And the one thing, you know, the head is kind of washed out on this one, but you can still see a faint point to that arrowhead.
Arrowhead, yeah.
The arrowhead kind of stays with the animal, as even within, you know, massive combos, it's still there.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put this beautiful animal away, and we're going to show you something else with the Lsr Fire. We're going to show you some other combos before we look at some other amazing animals that Earl's produced here at Lsr. So what we're going to do now, we're going to step away from the pastel side of things. We're going to look at how the Lsr Fire reacts with another G. So, Earl, do you want to put it down and we'll look at this beautiful animal.
Alright guys, so this is an Lsr Fire Leopard, and again you see the big arrowhead on the head, but look at what Leopard does with this. It draws out the patterns, still got the rich blacks, but the Lsr Fire draws in that nice golden yellow color. Just a beautiful animal.
Yeah. It's really helped the leopard pop.
Yes.
Because, you know, leopard can be pretty a dark animal, and we can see the Lsr Fire bringing down the back stripe as well, enhancing the colours, helping it sort of brighten up. And again, we've got this incredible striping going on. Again, the Lsr Fire helps to sort of minimalise pattern from what I've seen.
Yes.
And it's still trying to bring through that blushing on the side of the belly there. And again, just beautiful stripes, and again we've got this beautiful belly pattern. And it's almost like we've got three colours. We've got the cream,
yes,
we've got the dark brown, we've got like the gold colour, we've got the black, and then we've got this bright yellow stripe. So we've kind of got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colours coming up from the belly. Again, just a simple 2 gene combo using the right combinations of genes with the Lsr Fire being involved. So this animal for me is this one excites me as well as seeing the others, because we know we've seen leopard fires. We can now compare this to other leopard fires, and you can certainly see a difference. So the next animal we're going to bring out is we're going to take away leopard and we're going to add butter.
Alright guys, so this is going to be a Lsr Fire butter, and these almost look hypo. When I produced the very first one, I thought I had hypo in my collection, and I've never owned a hypo. So let's take a look at this. Wow. So they almost have that hypo look to them, and as they grow, they'll kind of lose that hypo look, but it just has that ghosty
look to it. Definitely. And you can certainly see the Lsr Fire is really reducing the pattern.
Yes.
I mean, dude, you know, enching that would just, wow. You know, I mean, that animal, again, 2 gene combo using the Lsr Fire, you know, fantastic coloration, beautiful colours, and it really does look very hypo, very ghosty looking, definitely in person. But yeah, that animal for me just looks completely crazy.
And again, you zoom in on the head, you can still see the arrowhead.
Yeah.
But then the highlighter going down the back, it just looks like you just took a highlighter and made that stripe.
Yep.
And as they grow, they just get brighter and brighter.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this beautiful animal back, and we're going to get out now a combination of the leopard fire that you saw and the butter fire, and we're going to show you what it does all together.
Alright guys, so we're going to do a combo. We've got a Lsr Leopard Lsr Fire, and so we saw what the Leopard and the Lsr Fire did. You had the rich blacks, the nice golds, and when we added the Lsr to it, it toned down those blacks and gave it more of a kind of a tannish brown colors. But let's go ahead and take a look at this animal.
Yeah, for me this animal has got all the right colours. You know, they all complement each other.
Yes.
Again, we've got the nice reduced pattern coming in from the Lsr Fire. We can certainly see, again, like we said, it's starting to clean up the neck, it's starting to clean up the pattern, and again it's bringing in that nice beautiful back stripe coming down. and again, like you said, like a highlighting type of marker going down the back. And again, as Earl's mentioned in a few of the combos, again we've got that typical arrowhead, which seems to be almost like an indication marker that it has got Lsr Fire. But when you hatch these and you see them in person, you won't mistake these animals. You know, you'll be able to look at these and go, yes, that's got Lsr Fire straight away, and you can see it. And again, I love the way it's almost like the colours just fade from like a cream and they go up into that rich chocolatey brown colour. So yeah, absolutely awesome. And this is something I think, you know, people need to see, all, because I know we see a lot of it on your videos, but I think when other breeders see it and talk about it, it's no BS. You know, it is there. You can see it's certainly a fantastic line of fire, and it's fantastic that we've got this gene available to us. You know, it's just a remarkable fire gene.
Well, and it's funny because you say that, because it's nice to have other breeders seeing this. I have actually had people say, "Did you Photoshop that?" There's no Photoshop in this.
No,
I mean, these animals are incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly see it as well. You know, and that's the thing. You know, I'm not one of these people where, you know, you guys know anything I talk about is always through experience or through seeing it myself, or hatching it myself. And I can certainly tell you guys that this Lsr Fire line is no joke.
Alright guys, so this animal here is not in the same realm with what we've been looking at. We went a little different direction with this, and this is something that I have a lot of heart for. So I made the Lsr Fire Sugar, and it was a very beautiful snake, but it didn't bring in what I thought it would bring in. So we wanted to accentuate it the best we could. So we did the Lsr Fire Sugar Banana. And this thing is just incredible.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this. Alright, so naturally the banana and the Lsr Fire are bringing in the bright stripe in it. Alright. But the fire accentuates that banana, and instead of having the orangey yellows, now we're getting these real bright popping yellows.
It almost looks like a super banana.
Yes.
You know? And again, you can see it, Earl, as you said, like on the head, just very faintly you can see the Lsr arrowhead on that. You can see that. Obviously the banana's trying to mask it, but you can see it.
And I think so the Lsr Fire Sugar did not have a whole lot of white to it.
Yeah.
Alright, but it had more of it had a sugar pattern, and then it was coming in with the color of the Lsr Fire. So when I added the banana to it, it still kept the pattern, but everything that should have been oranges, and it just whited it out.
Yeah.
It's like you erased the color inside the alien heads. And I mean, it's just crazy. And then on the belly, you can see all them yellows coming back in across the belly. Just an amazing animal.
And again, very simple combo, Will.
Very simple. 3-gene combo. You know, I mean, and you don't see something like this all the time.
No.
But it's a very simple combo.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we're looking too far ahead and trying to get all these 10-gene combos, and sometimes it's nice to step back and hit something like this, and it's this amazing looking animal.
100%, definitely. And I just like the way it's doing. It's almost like I said, it's making it almost like a super banana, the way it looks.
Yeah.
But you've got all these depth of colours, like the different lilacs and purples and the yellows, the outlines of the orange. You know, I'd love to put, you know, obviously so much you could do with this. You could put Ench in there, Orange Dream. You know, there's very simple genes we could add to that yellow belly.
Yes.
Dude, you know, there's so many things we can look at this animal and go, we can use this as a base, and then we can start adding one gene at a time.
Yep.
And that's what's fantastic when we start working with quality like this. And again, we can see these colours just stepping through. We've got so many different colour palettes there, Earl. You know, it's phenomenal.
One more gene is gonna, you know, just makes so much vibrant color pop out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter which way you go with this, yellow belly, inchy, OD.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be crazy. And of course, this happened to be a female, so
that's even better in my eyes.
I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
And look at this little spot right here. You got so many different things going on in that one spot.
Yeah.
But it's amazing what it did.
Yeah.
When it just washed out the actual alien heads.
Yeah. And adding yellow belly to this would certainly amplify those colours as well.
Yes.
So the Lsr Fire and the yellow belly would really complement this simple combo. You know, with the sugar and the banana, it would certainly accentuate the colours and make it very. I mean, it's pleasing to the eye now, but you know, just looking at that animal, I see what Enchi would do, yellow belly would do. You know, Orange Dream, very simple genes that we can add into this. And then if we really wanted to go crazy, we could throw leopard in there. You know, we could throw acid. We could go bang. We could do so much stuff if we really wanted to start stepping it up. But yeah, what a fantastic animal though.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential with that animal.
Yeah, perfect.
Super excited when we hit this one.
Yeah. So now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to do something that Earl said we need to do, and when I saw it, I was like, yeah, we need to show people this. Okay guys, what I'm going to show you now is a real quick comparison, and in some ways it's not truly fair because we're using a recessive animal and we're going to compare it against a codom animal. Now obviously recessive animals tend to look better than codoms, but yeah, we're going to show you something which I believe certainly gives this combo a run for its money. So what we have here is a pastel desert ghost, and you can see this animal is very clean, a great example of a pastel desert ghost, very clean, you know, very bright, and this for me just shows, you know, like I said, a pastel desert ghost. So now what we're going to do, we're going to bring in the Firefly, or the Lsr Firefly should I say, in as a quick comparison.
Okay guys, sorry this one has a little bit of stuck shed on it, but this is the Lsr Firefly. And when you look at the colors, you know, it's a very close comparison, guys.
Yeah.
The blushings, you know, the Desert Ghost is going to have a little bit brighter blushings, but I've had some of these that have come out just like this.
Yeah.
The one real giveaway is the head. You still got the arrowhead on the head on the Firefly, and we're on the Desert Ghost, it's going to bleach out the head completely.
Yeah.
But even the dirtiness in the Desert Ghost is the same.
Yeah.
You know, they're so close of a comparison, and this is the exact reason why we started working the Lsr Fire as a Desert Ghost in a codom form.
Yeah.
So now we can actually hit this faster and know what we're going to do when we do it with the Desert Ghost in some, you know, it's going to be a good comparison of what we can hit later on.
Yeah, and also what we've got here is a fantastic base. You know, if we take the Lsr Firefly and make Desert Ghost versions, dude, they're just going to be crazy clean. They're going to be absolutely nuts in colour.
I have two of these gravid with the Desert Ghost right now.
Dude, that's going to be phenomenal. So, you know, and again guys, when we're working with a codom combo before we put it into a recessive project. So we're really working with the best we can work with to make the end product just jaw-dropping, and that's what we want. We want that jaw-dropping, amazing combo.
I've shown this comparison several times, and you'd be surprised at how many people get it wrong guessing it.
Yeah.
And it's nice when you can have a codom animal look as good as a recessive animal.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, not being funny, but this is obviously twice as hard to make than the Firefly because we're working with a recessive, so both parents have got to carry the trait. So for us to be able to make a Firefly which is pretty much close to that, I mean, the hatchling we looked at, for me, you know, if we put that next to a Desert Ghost hatchling, Desert Ghost, again, not taking anything away from Desert Ghost, but for me, you know, something like that is just so important to see.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to getting Lsr Fire into Desert Ghost. It's going to be incredible for us.
Oh yeah. So we can't finish the video without looking at some of Earl's other amazing combos that he's hatched last season. When I say last season, it's crazy to think we're already in 2022. In the 2021 season, we're going to look at now some crazy, beautiful animals, and we're going to take a look at them this part of the video. But what I want you guys to do for me, in the comment box below, I want you to comment at the end of this video what your favorite combo was. Tell me as well what you would do if you had the Lsr Fire in your collection. Let's take a look at this one. So I'm going to hand this one over to Earl. Earl, tell us a bit about this one.
Alright guys, so this is another very simple combo, and this was actually something that we weren't even trying for. We were trying for something else when I hit this. So this is a pastel OD yellow belly sugar, and this is an amazing animal for a very simple combo. It's a fairly low end combo. You could get into this fairly cheap. You can make this really cheap. But look at the potential of this animal. You know, I mean, you've got the lightning bolt look coming down the side, the high whites.
Yeah.
And then the orange on this. Man, you put super OD to this.
Yep.
Throw inchy to this. I mean, there's so many different ways you can go with this and really accentuate what we have here. We chose to go to clown with it this year, so we're going to try to make this same thing in a clown. And like I said, we weren't even trying for this, and when we hit it, it was like, man, we've got to do something else with this animal.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
So the first thing we're doing is going to clown with it, which we already had all the visuals to make it in a clown form this year, so hopefully we hit them. We don't know what's going to happen, you know, but we're hoping we don't mess it up going to clown, but I don't think you can with what's here.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, guys, look, you don't have to look at these 10 gene combos. This is a 4 gene combo that's just amazing.
Yep.
And there's so much potential from here. And I'm sure most of us already have everything in our collection to make this.
Yeah, 100%.
This is probably one of my favorites from last year. I can never say I have one favorite, because it's just so hard.
Yeah. When you pulled this out last night, this one really sort of, yeah, I got excited about this, because this is the sort of animal that I like, you know. I mean, I like everything you've shown me, but there's certain animals, like you said, you don't really want to have favourites, but you do.
Yeah.
You know, I produce some high OD combos, which, again, you don't want favourites, but you do have favourites.
Yeah.
And this, for me, I just looked at that and I thought, yeah, there's so much we could do with that, just very simply. By bringing it to, I don't know, something like you said, like an OD leopard.
Right.
You know, we could go down the rounds, or an OD enchi. Then we'll start making stuff like super OD versions of this.
Could you imagine this in super?
Dude, it'd be crazy.
And then throw a little dose of enchi in there with it?
Oh yeah. And the good thing with this as well, we can just take this, look what it looks like, and start stacking the genes and working and seeing which direction we want to go in. Now again, as you showed us the Lsr Fire Banana Sugar, again, banana on this would also work as well, or Coral Glow would definitely work for sure.
The one thing that really got me on this was these lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Because just out of nowhere, these white coming down.
Yeah.
And it's
beautiful.
Just incredible. This was not at all what we were expecting when we hit this animal.
And them are some of the best combos.
Yeah, by far.
The ones you least expect.
Alright guys, so this is a gene that is really cool. We found this gene 10 years ago, and I didn't get into it then because I didn't really see the potential. I thought it was more of like an orange ghost. So fast forward 10 years and I started seeing some combos that I was pretty jealous of. I knew I should have got into this a lot earlier. So guys, this is the Orange Crush gene. Now, this is kind of unfair because we have 2 other genes in this particular animal. But this is the Orange Crush Yellow Belly Pinstripe. The oranges in this thing are amazing. And I don't know if the camera will pick this up or not, but you've got some really bright orange, like line work coming in.
Yeah.
And then we talk about yellow belly doing certain things, and you know, sometimes they have kind of a yellowish belly.
Yeah.
The Orange Crush, look at the belly on this thing. This is orange.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other thing to say but orange.
Yeah. And what's crazy as well, Earl, is for those people who are quite maybe unsure of what they're seeing, what the Orange Crush actually does. The Orange Crush almost gives it like a hypo look, doesn't
Yes.
it? And they have bred it to...
Okay, so yeah. I first thought it was Orange Ghost, and that's why I stayed away from it. And when I told the breeder that I thought it was Orange Crush or Orange Dream, he put it to, or Orange Ghost, sorry. He put it to the Orange Ghost, and they made double heads.
Yeah.
And he didn't do it to just one. He bred like 5, you know, hypos, and made a bunch of normals.
Yeah.
So they did go through, you know, raise them up and put them back together, and it made kind of a grayish colored snake.
Yeah.
So they're compatible. You know, they'll breed against each other, but they're not going to do anything extravagant in the ghost.
Like that. Yeah.
So the Orange Crush by itself is just, I think it's going to be an amazing gene down the road.
Yeah.
And guys, you can, in all honesty, this gene is not a super high-end gene, but let somebody hit the right combo with it and it's going to blow it through the roof.
Oh yeah. And you can certainly see what the yellow belly's doing. It's separating all the pinstripe pattern, so we can see blowing up the pattern and spreading it out.
I hope the camera's getting this, because around each one of these little,
there's like fluorescent orange outlines. Yeah, and over here as well, and there, and there.
Now imagine adding Inchy and OD to that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, which
again,
I've got an Orange Crush breeding to a super OD Inchy yellow belly right now.
Yeah, that'll be phenomenal.
So, but yeah, this gene, I slept on it. I wish I hadn't now, but hindsight's 20/20, as well know.
Oh yeah. So this is the Orange Crush project. For those who have never seen the Orange Crush and you want to look more into it, obviously you can hit Earl up and he can tell you and show you some bits and pieces. But I presume, is this on Wilder Ball Pythons?
Yes, it is.
Bill?
It is on Wilder Ball Pythons, and you can find some on Morph Market for sale.
Yeah,
from time to time.
Yeah, and you guys can get into this project as well if you want to get into a different recessive, something out of the norm, and start producing some fantastic. I mean, I can imagine like an Orange Crush Sugar.
Oh yeah.
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 That would just because you've got the oranges and the fluorescent oranges which come through on the sugars as well, so that would just accentuate that
and
as
then
well.
sugar's got that maroon color to help pop it too. Yeah, that would be incredible. Yeah, this is a new gene that we're pretty excited about. You know, we've got several of them, but all males, of course.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of throwing it everywhere we can right now. And I'm pretty excited to work with this. Like I said, I wish I'd have got into this 10 years ago when I had the opportunity to, and it is what it is.
Or obviously Clown Realms as well. Everyone loves clown. You know, if they pick one of these fairly cheap and bred it to a clown, they can make double heads and start making, you know, clown Orange Crush combos or clown Orange Crush double recessives to then start breeding into their other projects.
Well, for a teaser, look for some future videos that I've already got it in triples and going into a quad with it. So guys, just a little teaser.
Oh yeah, so if you're not subscribed to Earl's channel, definitely get over there and subscribe and keep an eye on what Earl's doing. So we're going to do one more animal to finish this video off, guys, and then please put a comment in the comment box below. What's your favorite project or what's your favorite animal that you saw, and what you guys would do with the Lsr Fire? What project would you work it into?
Alright guys, so I hate to say I have a favorite animal of the year, but I really do. So most people that watch my channel know that I love Mahogany, and this year was no exception. We went Mahogany to everything. We're making a lot of heads. But we did hit on a Mahogany banana clown. Guys, This thing is incredible. Look at the head on this thing. You know,
Wow.
I mean, there's so much potential in this animal.
Yeah.
But do you even want to do anything with it at this point? I mean, it's one of them animals that's just, you got lavenders, oranges, bright yellows, you got whites coming
Bits
in.
of red as well. You
Yeah.
can see, you know, it's again, we've got that full color palette, you know.
And just think, I missed on what I was after when I made this.
What was you trying to hit with this one?
The blade version of it.
Oh, dude.
Blade would have brought in a lot more orange, or a lot more red tones.
Yeah, I think, you know, mahogany with this is where it needs to be. I think blade, you're right, would have brought in a bit more colour, but I think it may have also not had the same reaction.
Right. We've got him going next year. You know, of course, he's a little small, but next year he'll be just the right size to really get after it. And we've got him going to spot nose, red stripe, the Lsr Fire, which I know is going to lighten it up and brighten it, but I have to see it.
Yeah, definitely. Or even just a mahogany Lsr Fire Clown.
Well, and I'm actually putting him back to a mahogany clown too.
Oh, dude, that's going to be...
Make a super mahogany with this.
Dude. Super mahogany banana clown, the Suma banana clown. That's just going to be phenomenal. And not only phenomenal to look at,
Powerhouse
genetically. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. And again, you could put that straight away into pied. You know, start making everything will be mahogany.
Right.
You know, obviously we're going to have banana in the mix, and everything's going to be 100% het clown, 100% het pied. Yeah, just phenomenal.
So again, for a little teaser, we did mahogany clown to yellow belly dreamsicle.
Nice.
So we're going after some triples with the mahogany stuff. So the mahogany was a sleeper gene for so long. I mean, it just kind of went away, and then, you know, when I got into it, I wasn't expecting much out of it. And when I started hitting, you know, some of the mahogany clown stuff, it was so amazing to me. I just went every direction I could. And this one, it's hard for me not to say this is my favorite animal.
Oh yeah,
it is very impressive. And again, this one on the belly, when you roll it over, you see some of the oranges coming in down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Again,
the full color palette. You know.
You know, I'm not a big fan of banana in a lot of ways, but when you hit something like this, it's like, how can you not be?
It. Yeah. 100%.
You know, I bought my first bananas. I mean, you know, they were incredible, and then, you know, you hit pastel with it, and it washed it out so much, and there's so much that took away from banana.
Yeah.
And then this, and you're like, wow, how can you not like banana when you see this?
Yeah.
And it, you know, it goes with our colors.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, yeah, just phenomenal. Yeah, absolutely amazing.
And I just love what mahogany does to the heads. It just pretty much wipes out. But this one has a little purples in there, has a little bit of yellows, but that orange head is just beautiful.
So there you have it, guys. The world famous Lone Star Reptiles facility with the nothing but the legend Earl Jones sharing some of his projects with us and allowing us to see what he's doing and sharing a few secrets with the Lsr Fire project. For me, I'm really excited, Earl, to see where you go with that. Yeah, just fantastic project in general. So again, guys, if you wouldn't mind just leaving a comment in the comment box below, what was your favourite Lsr Fire or combo towards the end? You know, certainly I have my favourites, but also let me know what you guys would do with the Lsr Fire. Where would you take it? What would you do with it? I love reading your comments and I love seeing the feedback. So I just want to say thank you to Earl again for having us. Absolutely a true gentleman, let alone a true cowboy. We can say that. Earl, thanks again, my friend, for having us and your hospitality. Absolutely amazing. Really do appreciate
Thank y'all
my
for
friend.
coming.
Absolutely.
We had a great time.
Yeah, we did. Oh, we can't go into too much detail, but we had an amazing time.
That's for another video.
Oh, definitely. That's for the outtakes. But for now, guys, hope you enjoyed this footage. Again, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Again, smash that notification bell. Smash that like button. And as always, guys, stay safe. I love and respect you all. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I hit record a drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming.